yeah, 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 yeah. What's good? What's going on? What's going on, A-Side family? What we got going on today, man? What we got going on today, man? Hey, listen, y'all know who it is. It's your boy Truth. You know what I'm saying? This is A-Side Boxing Talk. You here? This is the weekend recap. You know what I'm saying? Just want to talk about some of these weekend fights. Kind of see how we feel, how everybody feel about the fights that took place over the weekend. Um, you had you had Lubin, Arias. You had my man Boston's. Was good? Was good with you, my boy? You had Lubin and Arias. You had J Rock, Dames, or I should say Dames J Rock. We had Cal, and surprisingly too, man. And I wasn't really gonna talk about this, but you know what it is. We had Kalnacki versus Joe Cusimano. Won me a little bread on that. My boy Joe Cusimano came through with the stoppage. Won me some bread. Chance Worthy was good, my boy. What's the you a Raiders fan? All right, okay. What's good, my boy? Nah, appreciate you, man. My man from Twitter, we in here. What's good? Again, what else? We had Berlanga and what's my guy name? Jason Quigley. You know what I'm saying? Jason Squiggly. You know what I mean? But either way, before we get it popping, before we get it started, again, hold up real quick. I appreciate everybody for being here with me. You know what I mean? Everybody rock with me. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Give a clap to me, clap to yourself. This is A-Side Boxing. This is the boxing recap. And if you're here with me, I appreciate it. But most of the people, they here with me because
most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
That's why y'all rocking with me, and that's why I got you. You feel me? My man said, I'm salty. I missed all of what you think? You missed all the fights? From the, you know what I mean? You gotta listen. I don't play games, man. I got YouTube TV. I DVR all the fights, unless it's a pay-per-view. Only fights that really get away from me, and I'm gonna watch them anyway. But the only fights that get away from me is pay-per-view fights. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I'm DVRing everything, bro. I got everything on record. I could go back. You know what I'm saying? I could go back and watch all of that. My man Boston said you skipped the zone fights. Nah, you should have though. You should have. The Cusimano fight was a good fight. I liked it, that fight. So again, you had hey, rock with me, bro. Yeah. So we had the Cusimano, Adam Kalnacki, whatever you want to call him, the Polish guy. You know what I mean? That shit, you know what's crazy, bro? That's the difference between regular. I don't want to say that's the difference between every other weight class and heavyweight. Yo, you had a guy like Kalnacki, however you want to say it. This guy was like trending upwards. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker had a huge, he Polish, New York, huge fan base in New York City. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people come out to see him and check him out. Exciting fighter. Like, you know what I mean? He was knocking motherfuckers out. He was throwing a bunch of punches. I think him and Chris Arreola, crazy name. I think him and Chris Arreola broke the record for most punches thrown in a heavyweight fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, bro. Like, he was on the up and up. He was supposed to fight Helenius on that. What was that? Which undercard? I think the Wilder Fury undercard. So there we go. He fought Helenius on Wilder Fury 2. That was the first time he fought Helenius. Wilder Fury 2. He fought Helenius, got stopped. Okay. Run it back. Right? So again, he come back, Wilder Fury 3, right? Stopped again. You know what I'm saying? Now we see him in with Joe Cusimano, and again, listen, if you step in them ropes, if you step between the ropes without headgear on, crowd in the stands or the bubble, whatever, right? I got to give you your respect. So I'm going to respect Joe Cusimano for stepping in between them ropes. But for the fighter that Adam Kalnacki was pegged to be, it shouldn't have been no competition. He got floored in the first round. Now, don't get me wrong. Kalnacki, he fought back. Now, I mean, he fought back, but after that first round, bro, he was stumbling. All of that shit was crazy. The ref should have called that fight early. Like, again, with the things that happened that took place on the PBC card, it's just funny to see that card where the ref kind of could have stopped there early and nobody would have complained. But then on the other end, on the PBC cards, the refs did stop both fights early and people was complaining. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's boxing, man. It is what it is, man. I done seen the best of the referees make horrible decisions and shit like that. So at the end of the day, like, that's just is what it is. But nah, man, back to that Kownacki situation. That's just one of them situations where, bro, heavyweight division is nothing to play with, man. 1 minute you are a rising star, next minute you are fucking cooked. You know what I'm saying? That dude is cooked food, bro. He could never fight again unless he, I don't know, man. I don't even want to say go on an Eddie Hearn show in England. So, bro, he can't fight nobody again, bro. He can't fight nobody. That guy is done. Adam Kownacki is done. But either way, I think the Joe Cusimano was like plus, was it 700, 800? I forgot, man. That joint was, no, $10 got you 110. So, you know, I'm putting my bets in. I just seen it. I'm like, I'll throw a little $10 on it. So that little $10 on a Joe Cusimano fight won me about $110, $120. So hey, I ain't mad at that, man. Shout out to Joe Cusimano. You're definitely paying for my lunch this week. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And we hit. You know what I mean? You know, you fast forward after that fight, you got the Edgar Berlanga fight. You know what I'm saying? So Edgar Berlanga, he fighting Jason Quigley. You know, silly me, right? I'm thinking Berlanga, you know, the Zone. This is his first fight on the Zone. Jason Quigley, a guy we seen knocked out before, a guy that we seen not even when he on his shit, he ain't really like really good. Let's be honest, right? I'm thinking Berlanga's gonna knock this guy out, man. No way. No way. So Edgar Berlanga goes in the ring. Now I think he dropped him like 4 times. Don't get me wrong. But Edgar Berlanga is one of them guys where it's like, I don't think it's that much more development that could be done with Edgar Berlanga. People started seeing Edgar Berlanga on Top Rank, you know, the first round knockouts, all of the crazy first round knockouts. But what people don't realize is that that wasn't the beginning of Edgar Berlanga's career. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. They take L's. Would like to see Lubin versus Mendoza if he doesn't fight Adames next. Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that I'll take that for sure. I'll take that. But we're not gonna see that fight, Mike, because if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, Mendoza got to go back and fight what's my man name? Fundora. I think they had a rematch clause in that fight because that was a voluntary fight. He didn't have to fight Mendoza. So I believe that Mendoza is gonna fight Fundora again, and we'll see. We was hearing a lot of chatter after the Lubin fight, that Lubin might fight Adames. So I think that's a good one. But real quick, you know what I'm saying? Berlanga, man, I don't know, man. I don't know what we could do with Edgar Berlanga because again, people remember the Top Rank craze and how Berlanga was like, he was like knocking him off. You know, y'all remember the shit. He was in 17 straight knockouts in the first round. Like, but at the end of the day, what people don't realize is that wasn't the beginning of Edgar Berlanga's career. Like, that wasn't like his I guess, 16, 15, how many fights, but Edgar Berlanga had been a pro for like 4 years already before that. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of, and again, this is just truth talking. I'm just giving y'all my truth. You know what I'm saying? Like Edgar Berlanga, like it's certain guys you just see like they are what they are. You know what I'm saying? Edgar Berlanga is a guy, like I see talent in this guy, bro. Like with the power that he got, all you got to do is work off your jab. Quickly moving all around the ring, bro. Just sidestep one time, bro. Just get him right in front of you. Sidestep. This guy, bro, Edgar Berlanga gotta get out of New York, man. That's his problem. When your trainers is in the corner, and I'm not even mad at the trainers, bro. The trainers is damn near cursing this guy out, telling him the right thing to do, and he refused the jab. Refuse to throw a jab, bro. What are you doing, Edgar? What are you doing, bro? You refuse to throw the jab. You not sidestepping. You following this guy all around the ring. You in the press conference shit. You popping mad shit. But you get in I don't understand Edgar Berlanga, man. I don't know. Somebody got to break that down to me because this guy, he got talent. Like, I don't think he's like some people think Edgar Berlanga is trash. I don't think he's trash. Let me see what my man Mike said. He said, I've always been higher on Diego Pacheco than Edgar Berlanga. Diego taller, can find his range and got nice snapping jab. That's true. But remember, when the Edgar hype train came around, I don't think we was really talking about Diego like that. Matter of fact, let me now I'm curious, right? Now I want to go see when was Edgar Berlanga pro debut? Because I know this dude been fighting for a while. Edgar Berlanga, he definitely been fighting for a little minute. Let me see. Yeah, Edgar Berlanga pro debut was in 2016. Yeah, this dude is a 7-year pro. April 29th, 2016. This dude is a 7-year pro, man. Edgar Berlanga is a 7-year. We're looking at a 7-year boxing professional in Edgar Berlanga who refuses to throw a jab. Refuses. I think I got Diego rated higher than him too now. You know what I'm saying? For sure, Mike, though. But that shit just tripped me out, man. I just don't understand. What are they doing in camp? What is this guy doing in camp to where that you coming out in fights and like who are you sparring it? Because if you get in top quality sparring, I think it's hard for you to come out and sparring another top guy. I'm not saying they got to be top of 168 division, but sparring a competent professional or amateur boxer, there's no way that you could come out and then you just kind of trying to paw, and you just like, nah, bro, no way. I don't believe he's sparring like that. I don't believe he's sparring like that. Like, I believe that Edgar Berlanga is the guy on the junior varsity basketball team doing that, making the passes in practice, pulling up to the elbow, hitting the jump shot in practice, and then when the game come, he shoot the ball 30 times. That's Edgar Berlanga, for sure. That's Edgar Berlanga. He might do all the good things in practice. When he in training camp, he's running the miles, he's hitting the bag, correct form, he's doing the right things in sparring. When the lights come on, he shoot the ball 30 times, bro. For sure. He shoot the ball 30 times. I just don't get it, man. And then, shout out to my man Hans from Fight Hype, man. I seen my man Hans. He posted that he think Edgar Berlanga and Jaime Munguia is a 50-50 fight. Shit. Hell no. No way. I hope that's the next fight. I think that's a mid-off. You know what I mean? Because I like Jaime Munguia offensively, defensively, no way. I think Berlanga will have an opportunity to knock Jaime Munguia out. Now, for sure, that's the fight that we need. That's the fight that, you know what, bro? Now I'm thinking, right? You're gonna call me crazy. I would fuck around and pay for that fight. I would fuck around and pay to see Jaime Munguia versus Edgar Berlanga. Why? Because both of those guys coming forward. And if Jaime get too aggressive, Edgar Berlanga is gonna fucking bite him. For sure. He's getting bit. He getting bit. You know what I mean? Hey, my bad. Excuse me. I just dropped the link in the chat. Anybody that want to come online, that want to holler at your boy Troop, that want to talk boxing with me, yeah, check me out, man. We here. We rocking out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would love for the zone to make Jaime Munguia versus Edgar Berlanga. I think that's a great fight. I don't think that's a 50-50 fight. I would say more 65-35 to Jaime Munguia. But again, I think that's the type of opponent that Edgar Berlanga need, right? Now, we see Edgar Berlanga on Twitter talking about, stepping up. He wanting to fight the best. That's the type of opponent. That's the type of guy that Eddie should have put in front of him, a guy that's not going to move. Now, I don't know. I don't know how fucking Jason Quigley turned into Andy Lee overnight and shit like that. Long guard, you know what I mean? But still, he still was there to be knocked out. He was there to be KO'd. Berlanga did not take advantage. But you know what? This is A-Side Boxing. We ain't gonna talk about Edgar Berlanga too much, right? So over to the Showtime card. We had Erickson Lubin, the Hammer, guy interview. Shout out to the Zoe, Erickson Lubin. He put on a real sharp performance against Luis Arias, right? And before we even talk about that, just being honest, as far as boxing concerned, two things could be right at the same time. Was Luis Arias overmatched against Erickson Lubin? Yes. Was Luis Arias not on Erickson Lubin's level? No, he wasn't on Erickson Lubin level. But that don't take away from the sharpness of Erickson Lubin's performance. You get what I'm saying? The way he was snapping a jab. And, you know, for people that don't know, Erickson Lubin is a right-handed southpaw. You get what I'm saying? So he got some steam on that lead hook. You get what I'm saying? Right-hand dominant fighter, right? He's right-hand, but he fought southpaw. So he got a lot of steam on that hook. And even with and I didn't like the way the ref was reffing that fight, man. He kind of was like letting Arias punch Lubin in the back of the head. Like he was taking way too long to break it up. It was a lot of like, I didn't like that. I wasn't a fan of the way that the referee was reffing that Lubin fight. But at the same time, I think Lubin made the adjustments. He was defensively sound, which he should have been in a Fundora fight. I think if he would have been defensively sound in a Sebastian Fundora fight, I think that he probably could have maybe got the knockout, or worst case scenario, he would have got a unanimous decision. The fight, obviously, we know the fight got stopped in the 8th round versus Fundora. He was up on 2 of the 3 scorecards. But by at least 2 rounds up, if I'm not mistaken. I'll probably go back and check that out. But at the same time, Erickson Lubin is one of them guys, man. Like he got to stay switched on. He has to be switched on. After the fight, you know, obviously, and even with Luis Arias, right? People had an issue with the referee stopping the fight when he did. But at the same time, bro, this is professional sports, bro. You can't fuck around. You cannot don't fuck around, right? This guy is on his knee. Okay, he said he on the knee. I got hit behind the head. But you letting the ref count and you still on your knee. What are you doing? You try to wait till 9 to get up. Stop playing. Stop playing. You said 9, you got up, you moved, wherever you said 10, it's over. That's it, bro. That's it. You don't like it like that, get up. Get up if you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't want to make it like, you know, these guys got to be aware of every single thing. But if you're a fighter in today's sport, in the world of boxing today, you have to go into these fights with some type of conscious thinking that, hey, I'm not going to leave this in the referee's hands, right? Now, I'm not saying going there and swinging for the fences, but little shit like staying on your knee all the way up into the 9 count. Come on. Why? What are you doing? Get up, bro. Simple. Get up. If he gets up, that doesn't happen. He still's going to get knocked out. He was getting knocked out. Luis R., he was getting knocked out. That's a fact. He was about to get knocked out. But if you get up, at least you put the fight in your hands to make that decision and say, hey, well, you know, at least I got up and I fought and, you know, he knocked me out. So now he might be at home. He might call his manager, his promoter. Oh, they robbed me. Oh, my God. Bro, you was getting beat up. You was doing dirty shit on the inside with Lubin, and he cooked you. He cooked you. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I said, decent performance, but very good performance by Erickson Lubin. I wasn't expecting much out of this guy, out of Luis Arias, but you know, it is what it is. Good comeback fight. Lubin been out of the ring for a year. Hopefully, it's June. Hopefully, he could get one more in before the year is over. I'm not mad at I mean, again, I know he won't see Brian Mendoza, but I'm not mad at a Carlos Adames fight. You know what I'm saying? But either way, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. I wish I had my man Broadway up here, man. I wish my boy Broadway was up here, man. You know what I mean? But he ain't up here, so we gotta still talk about it, man. Carlos Adames, man. First of all, let me apologize to Julian J. Rock Williams, right? Because I completely wrote him off. I looked at, you know, his previous performances, the Hernandez fight, obviously the Rosario fight. He just had like an 8-rounder, a UD off an 8-rounder against a guy. I mean, I was expecting him to get the guy out of there, but you know, whatever, right? I wrote him off. I wrote J Rock off. That was wrong of me. J Rock, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I wrote him off. That was a hell of a performance by J Rock, Julian Williams. First of all, my prediction was Adames and under 6. In my head, I was thinking 4. Right? He come in there and he get to it. You get what I'm saying? Listen, one thing, and I said that on a tweet. Like we all talk, we all say things, we all. I could listen, man. I watch the sport of boxing. If anybody know me, I don't think it's too many people that watch more of the sport of boxing than me, right? Looking at J-Rock, it was nothing that told, and my man Boston said, as you should have, nothing showed us he was going to show up. Hey, that's a fact, bro. It was nothing in the game tapes of watching J-Rock's recent performances that told me he was going to show up for this fight with Carlos Adames. Now, listen, we seeing Carlos Adames coming off a nasty knockout of what's this guy, Montiel. Before that, he had a real good performance against Derevchenko. Hitting Derevchenko with all kind of punches, like, you know what I'm saying? I think if it wasn't Derevchenko who fought Triple G, who's fought Charlo, who's fought Danny Jacobs as well. I think if it's not Derevchenko, whoever that guy is goes to sleep against Carlos Adames, right? Another tough, good performance against the other guy that fucking Charlo fought too. You know what I'm saying? Montiel. So I'm going into this fight looking at Adames coming in hot, J-Rock coming in cold. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh yeah, I think Adames is going to do him dirty. You know what I'm saying? The fight started off kind of, as I thought it would start off. One thing about Adames, man, Adames, like, he got good footwork, but for some reason, this fight is like he didn't want to, like, he decided that he was going to sit down and just get J-Rock out of there. Like, he didn't do too much footwork. I was looking for the counter uppercut, you know what I mean? Like, and he get to throwing that counter uppercut from a distance from a little bit. So I'm looking for certain movements. I'm looking for certain punches for Adames, and I just wasn't seeing them. I wasn't seeing the movement. I wasn't seeing the punches. I wasn't seeing, like, you know what I mean, the craftiness, you know what I mean? And truthfully, J-Rock, good defense. If J-Rock has some crack, bro, he would have really hurt Adames. Just watching that fight, the one thing that really stuck out to me, like, it was some rounds where J-Rock was putting it on Adames, but he never hurt him. And I think that's why Adames did what he did. Another thing Adames did I didn't like, he came out of southpaw. I didn't understand that. He came out south and he stayed that way for a long time, and it wasn't working for him. I think Adames stayed southpaw up until the 6th round. He hurt J-Rock. Another one, right? The J-Rock fight, right? If you're watching the fight, around the 4th round is where Adames really hurt him bad in that 4th round. If the referee stopped the fight in that 4th round, no, everybody's good. I'm telling you, listen, if the referee stopped the fight in that 4th round where Adames is hurting J-Rock, nobody would have complained. Nobody would have complained. But the 5th round come, J-Rock win the 5th round, clearly win the 5th round, clearly. 6th round come, Adames goes and switches over to orthodox. Knuckle up with him, stand in the middle with him, and he's breaking J-Rock down to the – listen, another reason beyond the performance of what I respected from J-Rock, watching that fight, you know that J-Rock trained his ass off, man. Those body punches that he was taking in the 6th and 7th round would have broke any fighter down, all the way down. And he was coming back and still was performing, bro. I love J-Rock game plan in that fight, man. That fight that J-Rock fought against Carlos Adames is the same fight that Caleb Plant should have fought against David Benavidez, for sure. You know what I mean? I think J-Rock around my age. I'm 34. I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me. I don't know how old J-Rock is, man. I know we similar in age. Yeah, man. Let me see real quick. Julian Williams. Let me check my man J-Rock out, man. J-Rock. Okay, he's 33, so he a year younger than me. J-Rock is 33. We don't know, man. I don't know if he's gonna fight again. I think the one positive about J-Rock is that he fighting at 160 now, so that division is not that crazy. If I'm Adames, I want to run that back. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't good enough, man. That wasn't good enough. Now I'm sure PBC might not do it, but if I'm Adames, I want to run that fight back. But yeah, man. Either way, but back to the fight though. So again, Adames, he comes out in the 6th round. He come out in orthodox, start working the body, working J-Rock body, going to the body. But still, man, like I said, man, J-Rock trained his ass off. That's the dark part of boxing, man. even seeing what J-Rock tweeted afterwards saying he was gutted about the performance, man, that shit, it sucks, man. That sucks. Again, I can't even fathom taking 8 weeks of my life and preparing myself as the best as I can, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever you want to talk about, preparing myself and then having a fight taken from me. I think when it got stopped in the 9th round, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. It got stopped in the 9th round. I had to fight 5-3. And the only reason why I had it 5-3, I had Boots. Boots. I just looked at my man Mike comment. I gave the first round to Adames. Right now, maybe I was expecting him to win. Maybe I was looking for that. I gave the first round to Adames. I think after that, I had pretty much all the rounds the same that everybody else had. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that was a tough one, man. That was real tough, man. That was a tough one. Let me see. My man Mike Blunt said, I'm hyped for Boots versus Villa. In a couple weeks, I got Boots by brutal KO. I like that, man. I like that. You know what? I'm gonna be at that fight already. I bought my ticket yesterday, so I'm gonna be at the Boots versus Villa fight. I think this is an interesting matchup, man. I think it's a very interesting matchup. Boots, who I got to get up close with at the Tank fight. I covered the Tank fight as media. Well, Tank and Hector Garcia, excuse me, let me be specific. Tank versus Hector Garcia, I was there. I was at the open workout at the gym. Obviously, I was at the press conference, at the weigh-in. Boots a big guy, man. Boots a big guy. Boots is a big guy. Now, he looked strong. He filled out crazy, right, for that fight against Karen. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Boots is going to knock him out, man, but I think it's going to be late, man. I think that Roman Villa is going to present some difficulties, right? You got a straight up and down fighter that could crack. You got a guy in Boots that obviously Boots can do everything, right? Boots does have some defensive lapses, and he does get hit with big shots. Now, I think Boots' chin, the verdict on Boots' chin is still out. I say the verdict on Boots' chin is still out because we seen Boots take some tough ass punches. We seen Boots, like I remember like that first round against Delome, bro. He punched Boots flush a couple times, you know. And Boots just kind of walked through it, handled business, got Delome up out of there. You know, Castillo Clayton, he ain't really land no punches. He couldn't do nothing with Boots. We seen Lippiets land some punches against Boots, but Lippiets was not and is not a full-fledged welterweight. I think he moved up twice. I know he fought Castillo Clayton to a draw, got stopped by Boots in the bubble. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. This dude, Roman Villa, even though he moving up from 140, I think this might be his third fight at 47, second or third fight at 147. I don't know, man. This got cracking. And I think he's gonna get a decent chance to land one of those punches on Boots' chin. I think he's gonna get a decent chance to land one of them overhand rights or whatever, land that shit on Boots' chin, and we're gonna see what Boots made of. Again, right now, Boots has shown us that his chin is crimson, bro. I don't think I've seen Boots wobble before. You know what I mean? That's good shit. Again, I don't want my favorite fighter's chin getting tested every fight like that. But again, when you just being honest, Boots has taken some shots and they have not affected him. But this got cracking, right? That's not from this guy. This guy's cracking. So this might be the strongest puncher that Boots is facing. Again, that's not to say much. We've seen what Rashidi Ellis did with him. Personally, I think Rashidi Ellis won that fight. As a matter of fact, being in the stands, I was so confident that Rashidi Ellis had beat Roman Villa that me and my guy Trill, shout out to my man Texas Trill, me and my guy Trill, we started walking out. We said, hey, we already know this fight over. Rashidi got the dub. Let's go grab us a quick drink real quick and come back. As we walking out and we hear them say Roman Villa, we look at each other like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even going to BS you. I thought Rashidi still beat him. But the fact of the matter is Roman Villa got a gas tank. He was taking the punches. I think Rashidi heard him maybe a couple times in there, but he kept coming forward. He kept trying to fight. He kept pushing the pace, and eventually he caught him. I mean, Mike, I agree 100%. I think Villa going to land for sure. And we'll see if he'll test Boo's chin better than anybody else has. I think his wild punch could get him counted and put to sleep, no doubt. Hey, I'm right with you, bro. And that's the reason why I'm going to that fight, because I think that's going to be an explosive performance. I think Boots is going to have an explosive performance in that fight. But Villa is cracking. Nah, you're right, Boston. I said the same shit, man. Ellis should have won that fight for sure. I think that was a clear Ellis victory. Like if you ask me, I think Rashidi Ellis won like the first 8 rounds, bro. My opinion. I think he won the first 8 rounds. But hey, that's what I be saying, man. This is boxing. But hey, Boston, I will say this, right? And because I was there, I know this information. He said Ellis trained down the street from me. Hey, so my man Hitman trained out the same gym, Boston. So you already know. But either way, I will say this, and again, I'm not big on giving guys what you call that, like consolation prizes or making excuses for fighters. These is grown-ass men and women, depending on who we talk about. I was there at the press conference, right? And at that press conference, Rashidi Ellis found out that the fight with Villa was a IBF eliminator. You know what I'm saying? So for people that's not abreast on what the IBF does in their championship fights and in their eliminators, there's a 10-pound rehydration clause, right? And those automatically, there's a 10-pound rehydration clause. So you got a fighter in Rashidi Ellis who had been out of the ring for 2+ years, right? After the Alexis Rocha fight. Now, he did have a fight on PBC. He was supposed to fight Alberto Palmeira. Alberto Palmeira pulled out, and they almost wasn't going to fight, and he ended up fighting, but the fight was at like 154. And I think he knocked the guy out in like 2 rounds, something like that. So, again, you got a guy that hasn't made 147 since like 2020. And I don't know if you've been around Rashidi Ellis, anybody that been in the company of Rashidi Ellis. He not tall, but he's stocky. You get what I'm saying? You could tell, like, yes, he's stocky. It's no way that guy can make 140 at all. He ain't the tallest guy, but he's big. You get what I'm saying? So, not to make excuses, but when I go back and I think about it, it's like, damn, if he found out that he had a 10-pound rehydration clause, when I found out he had a 10-pound rehydration clause, how do you expect a guy like we can't guarantee a full performance? He wasn't able to rehydrate the way he needed to. Now, I don't know what time they weigh in the next day, but again, that doesn't matter because what he was expecting to do was weigh in, kill that, and rehydrate. I remember being around Rashidi. You could tell he was a little dehydrated. You know what I mean? Which most fighters were. So it's not a knock, oh, you dehydrated. No, most of them fighters were. Most of them fighters was walking around looking like skeletons. That's fucking boxing. That's how it go. Most of these guys walking around looking like skeletons, but everybody didn't have an IBF rehydration clause on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, again, I'm not trying to make excuses for Rashidi Ellis versus Villa. I still think he won the fight, but he gassed out late, period, man. Whether it was due to inactivity, whether it was due to the weight clause. And on top of that, remember, Villa is a 140 fighter. You know what I'm saying? Roman Villa is a fighter that fights at 140. He was moving up. Let me see. Villa is a 140 fighter. Let me pull this joint up. Let me present this joint real quick. Let's talk about it real quick. You know what I mean? Let's move it. Boom. There we go. I know y'all can't see. It's all right. My man Roman Villa. Okay. So he fought. Okay. So 2021 was his last, I guess, fight at 140. He fought 2022. I mean 2022 where he fought at 142. And then late 2022, July, then he started fighting at the welterweight limit. But first round knockout. He fought Boca Chica on the Showbox card. He went 12 with him, but let me see score. But he pretty much won every round. One judge gave him 9 rounds, other judge gave him 8 rounds, other judge gave him 9 rounds. So, you know what I mean, he did his thing against Janelson Boca Chica, and then he came in there for Rashidi, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the refs, how the judges, excuse me, I don't know how the judges seen that score. I don't know how, but even still, in this, the fans gave it to Rashidi. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. And that's rough to me. Watching that fight personally, I'm looking. I don't know, man. That's tough. That's tough. But again, it's the 12th round, the 10-7 round. That's tough. It was already a 10-9 round. You got dropped twice. That's tough, man. All three judges gave him shit. All three judges gave Villa the 9th through the 12th. And then that 12th round was I mean, I don't know, man. That was to me again. Maybe I gotta watch that fight again. I had my man Gritty said he had it for Villa. I had Rashidi winning that fight. You know, I'll score it again. I'll try to go back and watch it. But again, that is one fight that I didn't go back and watch again. I saw it in person, and that could be misconstrued a lot too. Watching a fight in person is definitely not the same as watching a fight on TV. My bad. I thought I was up out of here. Man, Gritty said Rashidi won rounds 1 through 6. Swing round 7, you gave it to Villa, and 8 through 12, Villa with 2 knockdowns. Yeah, that'll do it. I mean, I got to go back and watch it again. We'll see. But again, back to the point, that Villa fight, what he did was he showed grit. He showed that a guy like Rashidi Ellis that's boxing and moving, landing punches, turning them and shit like that, he showed that he wasn't going to quit. So if Boots don't make it a point to get this guy out of there early, he's going to be there late. And like I said, this guy is a 140-pounder moving up to 47, and he got a fucking tank. We not worried about, listen, again, I'm going to say it again and again and again for whoever going to listen. Roman Villa, during the weigh-in, I'm looking at Damon Nicholson. He looked frustrated like he ready to make weight. I'm looking at Andre. He looking like he ready to make weight. I'm looking at Boots. He definitely looked like he ready to make weight. Rashidi, all of them guys. Roman Villa, them boys was having a party, man. They had that Venezuelan music on. They bopping, they laughing, they kiki's whole team, bro. The whole team, everybody laughing and joking. Him too, laughing and joking. That's what made me want to interview him. If you go on A-Side Boxing Talk, I do have an interview with Roman Villa. And that's what made me want to interview him, because bro looked so calm and like he was like, hey, I'm just here. I'm here to rock out. Everybody looked, weighing day, everybody. everybody looking tough on weighing day. He like, yeah, I'm here. We here to do work. He had fun. And so again, I just think that's going to be the issue that presents itself for Boots. Is Boots going to go in here and get this guy out of here? I want to see. I'm looking more for defense this fight. I know Boots can get this guy out of here. I know these guys don't get paid for overtime, but I'm looking at what can Boots do defensively against a guy like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that this guy is nothing like a Virgil Ortiz, but again, you got a guy that like to come forward. You got a guy that like to press. He not really fighting off no back foot. He not really throwing a triple jab and shit like that. He not doing a bunch of complicated fucking shit with a bunch of head movement. Roman Villa come to fight, bro. Roman Villa comes to fight. So at the end of the day, if Boots ain't prepared to fight or not prepared to really get this guy out of here early or catch him cold and shit like that, if you let this fight go into the later rounds, we already have proof of what this guy does in the later rounds. We seen Karen Chukadzian touching Boots in rounds 1 through 12. We seen him touching bro in rounds 1 through 12. So at the end of the day, I just think that Boots should. I want him to. I think he is going to get the knockout. I hope he does. But this ain't the guy. This is one of them fights where you will overlook this guy, or hey, I'm just looking to the next opponent and he'll fuck around and do something. You know what I mean? He'll fuck around and upset you. You know what I mean? So hey, I don't know. And then hey, let's be real. This is boxing. He's on the card. He is a Samson fighter. De Los Santos is on the card as a Samson fighter. I'm not sure if now I don't know which one. I don't know. I know Marquise Taylor. I'll be seeing him, but I don't think he's a Samson fighter. I don't know if what's my man name? The Cuban that he fighting at 54. Yoelvis Gomez. I don't know. Is Gomez is he a Samson guy too? I'm not sure, but it makes sense for. I mean, you get where I'm going. You get where I'm going.
It's not looking good, Bev. It's not looking good.
Yo, Boots better come and do work for sure. You better come and do work at this stage that we in boxing, this juncture that we in. These guys cannot leave the shit up to the referees, man. They can't be fucking around. They can't be playing around, leaving it up to the refs, letting the refs make the decision on who go what. Listen, man, handle business. Handle business, man. Yeah, so we gonna get into that Boots, and because again, yeah, Boots and Villa is the same night as Ortiz Stanionis. We definitely gonna get into that. Matter of fact, we're gonna do a special live Wednesday dedicated to them two guys and they fights and how I think them fights gonna shape out. I'm gonna break them fights down and we're gonna talk about them fights on Wednesday for sure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, again, it's Monday. Some boxing news to be said. We see Deontay Wilder reached out to Andy Ruiz. He calling them out, say, hey, we sent you a lucrative offer. What you doing? Quiet as kept, Andy Ruiz don't want that fight, man. Andy Ruiz, he don't want that fight.
Does he look like a bitch?
Hey, man, I ain't saying it. Sam Jackson said it. I don't know, man. I don't think Andy Ruiz want that fight, man. He don't want that. Remember, Andy Ruiz was the same guy that was trying to duck a Luis Ortiz fight and fight what's that dude Sprong, the MMA, the kickboxer, the guy on another platform or some shit like that. Andy Ruiz don't want to fight Deontay Wilder, man. A lot of guys is high on Andy Ruiz. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not like them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like them. Right? He don't want that fight, man. I'm telling you. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't sign. I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, MMA dude. Yeah, the MMA dude, Tyrone Sprong or some shit like that. He was trying to duck. He trying to sign 2 contracts at one time and shit. Think he Manny Pacquiao and shit, man. Think he gonna pull out the fight, man.
I broke my back.
He broke his back.
What do you mean by that? Your back is broken. What?
Spinal
or what portion? Spinal.
Nah, man. Andy Ruiz trying to go another route, man. He don't want that work, man. My man Gritty said Wilder gonna spark him early. Yeah, he's out of there. Deontay Wilder not playing with Andy Ruiz. And Andy Ruiz, he got to find his way on the inside. It ain't like he gonna win a jab contest against Deontay Wilder. He got to make his way on the inside. And the minute he do, he's going to sleep for sure. I think Wilder KOs him early. Like, yeah, I can see that shit looking like a Brazil knockout, like nasty work. Again, I like it. Some fighters like, and we all got our guys. You know what I mean? If you watching, go ahead, throw it in the comments. We all got guys that we watch in boxing that not a bad fighter, but I just don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got it. If you whoever that guy is for you, go ahead and drop him in the comments, man. Like Andy Ruiz, good guy, bro. He could fight. I think he tough. I don't think he's no bitch. I was joking with the you know what I mean, but I don't think he's scared of nobody. I just was never a big fan of Andy Ruiz, bro. Never. I mean, I was happy with the AJ performance, but just was never a fan against Andy Ruiz, man. If you ask me, Andy Ruiz has some money on the floor in that Luis Ortiz fight. I'm gonna talk about it. You know, man, if I was about to jump off, I'm about to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people gonna be.
Come on now, dog.
You know what I mean?
Come on. Man.
No. If you ask me, Andy Ruiz has some money on the floor, meaning that somebody was gambling somewhere in that Luis Ortiz fight. That's my personal opinion, and that's how I feel. I'm not saying it's fact. That's my personal opinion, right? I don't want nobody suing me. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he could have got Luis Ortiz out of there. Luis Ortiz didn't present no crazy challenges. He dropped him a couple times. He had him on wobbly legs a couple times, and he let him off the hook. He let him go 12 rounds, bro. He let Luis Ortiz go 12 rounds, man. Yes, that's the word I'm losing. L-E-T. He let him, man. I think he let Luis Ortiz go 12 rounds with him, bro. I don't know why. I don't know what he was hesitating for. I don't know what he saw in the ring. Maybe he saw the same shit Mikey saw when he fought Spence. That's why he was acting like that. Whatever. But I truly believe that he let Luis Ortiz off the hook. And if you're doing shit like that, you're not going to win against Deontay Wilder. You can't play, bro. If you playing like that against Luis Ortiz, there's no way. I don't think you will be aggressive against Wilder. I don't think so. Not aggressive as it takes to win that fight. Hell no. Hell no. I don't know, man. We'll see if Andy Ruiz is serious. He know what to do. I wish I had that meme. Sign the contract. That's coming. I'm gonna put that up there too. Oh yeah, Jerry Anderson versus Charles Martin. I think so. Charles Martin for sure going to sleep. He's going to sleep for sure. I think 5, 6. No, it's not going no longer than 7. I don't think it's going no further than 7, man. Jared Anderson, and you know what? A lot of people had issues with what Jared Anderson was saying this past week about only wanting to do this for a couple more years, boxing not being his love or him not being in love with the sport of boxing. I respect that. I think two things can be true at the same time. I think that Jared Anderson could be not in love with boxing, but still train his fucking ass off. I think Jared Anderson could feel like he got other things that he want to do in life, but still take boxing as seriously as he possibly can while he's in the sport. My man Greedy said, yes, sir, I'll be in Toledo for that one. Better name on Big Baby's resume, but he'll have no issues with him. Yeah, I don't think he has no issues with this guy either. This is easy work. I mean, this is easy work. It's a heavyweight division. So again, one punch could change, could change a lot. You know what I mean? But I just don't think that Big Baby Anderson gonna have no problems with him. Yo, shout out my man Juice, man. He said, are people making too much of Jared Anderson? You know what? I didn't watch that clip. I seen it. It was like 20 minutes, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So I ain't watching. Juice, you gonna have to put me on. What was happening? What happened in the clip? I seen it on my YouTube, but when I looked at it, the shit was like 20-something minutes. So I was like, I ain't gonna click on this right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see, man. I think he ain't gonna have no. As a matter of fact, Tiger is on that card. Abdullah Mason is on that card. So I think that's gonna be, that'll be a good little treat to watch, man. Watching them guys come up, man. I'm ready to see them guys. What I was about to say, Tiger Johnson is fighting a guy that my man Greg Outlaw. He fight out of the gym with Michael Fox, trained by Coach Troy Fox. I used to work out in that gym. I sparred him once. You know what I mean? He put the paws on me. It's all good. But my man Greg Outlaw actually knocked that guy out that he fight. I think his name like Montreal or something like that. Put your money on Tiger by stoppage, man. Tiger gonna stop that boy. He gonna stop that man. So Roy was speaking destiny to him. Jared basically saying it's a lot of pressure for a 23-year-old. I mean, you know what? Listen, bro. A lot of times, that's how people feel. Like, again, we in a new generation, man. You can't negate just because the fighters before lived a certain type of way, did it a certain type of way. That don't mean that these guys now is feeling the same way. I'm gonna take it to a life thing, and we're gonna go back to boxing. But I think this pandemic really opened up people's eyes, right? When we going through that pandemic, it kind of showed people that you got to do more than just what you're doing, right? So a lot of people that was just going to work, come home, go to work, come home. During that shutdown, they realized that, you got to be multifaceted, bro. You got to be able to have a skill. You got to be able to do something else that's going to put you in a better position. And now a lot of these people, a lot of these guys, men, women, everybody not just doing the same thing. People is trying to do different things. They trying to change, you know what I mean? Karma said, I wish. What's good, Karma? Just getting in here. You all late as stuff. Talk about me, Karma. You all late, man. Said, I wish I could go. I love watching Abdullah Mason. Yeah, I rock with Abdullah Mason. Shout out to Venus. Shout out to Venus in the building. New subscriber, appreciate you, Venus. I see the picture. You know what I mean? Yeah. My man Mike said Abdullah Mason in the future for sure, bro. Abdullah Mason, I like him, man. You know what, man? I'm not gonna lie. I wish we could get Abdullah and Keyshawn, man. Not right now, right? But let Abdullah, keep developing, because a lot of people telling me that they like Abdullah Mason better than Keyshawn Davis, and I like Abdullah Mason, but I think Keyshawn a different breed for sure. You know what I mean? So we definitely gonna see. That's a fight that I wish we could just, fast forward just so I could get that one. Abdullah Mason versus Keyshawn Davis. I don't know how cool he is, but I don't think the motherfuckers cool enough not to fight each other. Oh man, Juice said definitely a ton of pressure. Big Baby is carrying America on his back. I know he'll hold it down. Too much money on the line for Champ. We'll see. Again, Juice, bro, a lot of these guys don't care about that, man. Like, yeah, they're Olympians and no, it's for exposure, blah, blah, blah. But I think as far as like the idea of like carrying the, now we do say that, oh, the next greatest American heavyweight, you know what I mean? Yeah, we do say that, but I think him personally, I don't think he care about that. That dude, he don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? You see my man Gritty said Roy was on some whom much is given, much is required type. Yeah. Roy also said that Teofimo was 2 times undisputed. Nasty work. I need a nasty work meme. We gotta hold up.
Shit. If they want the black fighters, they could keep them.
What'd you say, T.O.?
If they want the black fighters, they could keep them.
Okay, yeah, my man Gritty Gossip. Yeah, all right, yeah, hold it down. I was in the space listening to that guy that did the Broner interview. Oh man, woo! Hey, that was sad, man. I'm not gonna lie. That was sad. That I don't know if anybody heard that. I was listening before I went live. I was looking at that Adrian Broner interview. Listen. Come here, man. Adrian Broner. Get under the wing, my boy. Listen. I'm done with Adrian Broner, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen. Boston's he did an interview. It was something called the Danza Project or something like that. He was sloppy, bro. Drunk, lit, bro. Lit like a bit. Like, I'm talking about, like, all right, it's different levels of lit. You know what I'm saying? You got lounging around lit, might have a couple sips on a slow day. You got socially lit, you have a couple with the people's music going, you popping and then you got lit, you like, damn, I'm fucked up. Whoo, let me get home. Whoo, let me call a cab. You good? No, I'm fucked up, bro. Let me call a cab. Then you got emotionally lit, bro. AB was emotionally lit. Like, it looked at points, and I didn't watch the whole joint, but at points it looked like bro was about to cry. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, these niggas don't fuck with me. Like, bro, that shit was sad, man. That's sad, bro. That's sad. That dude need to go somewhere, get his life in order, and do some things, man. And again, this is A-Side Boxing Talk. Again, y'all tuning in with me because
most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
On this channel, I really don't like to get into people's personal lives. That's not my deal. That's not really my twist. You feel me? I don't like getting into people's personal lives and talking about drinking and this and that and what you should do and how you should live your life. Everybody got a vice. You know what I'm saying? Nobody perfect. Ain't nobody watching this shit perfect. I'm not perfect. Adrian Broner need help, man. Adrian Broner need help, and the motherfuckers around him is not getting it. I don't know if it's just a bunch of yes men. It's just a bunch of people around him that's cool to be around, but Adrian Broner need help, man. That dude need help, bro. He needs help, bro. For real. He need help, bro. He's slurring. Just watch the video, man. I don't even talk about that shit. That shit was crazy, man. That was rough, bro. That was rough. He don't need to be boxing though, man. He gotta focus up, man. He gotta focus up. You know what I mean? Mike said Montana Love, no one knows smoke with my guy Riches and Hitches. You know what? I believe Montana Love, man. First of all, I want to know if the fight is VADA. That's what I want to know. Number one, I want to know if this fight is VADA, right? That's my first question. Number two, I think he do want to smoke because they just moved it off of Baumgartner Co-Main, but that's still the next fight. I don't know how much time he need. I heard it was a rib or injury or something like that. So I don't know how much time Montana Love need, but I'ma still hold out some hope because it ain't like the fight just canceled. It's rescheduled. You know what I'm saying? You reschedule a fight. He could have got out of the fight. He didn't have to sign a fight. Maybe he did have to sign a fight. We don't know. But either way, he's losing to Richardson Hitchens. Africa taking him out of here. That's a wrap. Yeah, you know, damn, man, that A, and I watched that AB shit right before I joined. I ain't even want to talk about that shit. That shit is disheartening to say the least. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, man, you know, we definitely gonna come back live Wednesday, man. I just want to come on here real quick, you know, a little quick hour. We talking the fights over the weekend. Got that knocked out the way, and yeah, we got the big baby card this weekend. Bro, do y'all realize that the big baby card is July 1st? Do y'all know? Listen, July 2023 might be, I'm gonna have to go back and dig in the history books. July 2023 might be the best month in boxing, at least in the last 5 to 10 years. For sure. At least in the last 5 to 10 years. You know what I mean? You got Fulton Inoue. You got Spence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Just them, bro. Even if we had no other cards this month, just them 2 cards, good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? 5, my man Gritty said it best. 5 weeks of fights, man. I ain't even realize it was let me see. Let's check it out. I didn't even realize it was that much work. You know what I mean? Let me see. Let me see what we got. Boxing schedule. Let's do it. Let's see. Let's click on. No, I hate this like that. Let's click on. Let's see what this boxing schedule hit for. Yeah, we're gonna use ESPN for this boxing schedule. Appreciate you, ESPN. Share screen. Okay. Come on, share. There we go. All right. If y'all see the screen, let me see something. Boom. There we go. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but we got Big Baby versus which is this guy is out, and I don't know how that fight would have been. I think that guy was undefeated too, or something like that. So that would have been a decent fight. Big Baby versus Charles Martin. We got Arslanbek Makhmudov versus whoever this guy is, right? And that's a fight that I want to see Big Baby fight next. I want to see him and Makhmudov fight. You know, people talk about boxing and whatever they got to say about this and whatever they say about that. Premier Boxing Champions, PBC, Showtime, Al Haymon's PBC. These young guys get tested and they get tested early. You know what I'm saying? Jared Anderson need to go ahead and fight Makhmudov, man. I'm gonna just put that out there. After he stopped Charles Martin, after Makhmudov stopped this guy, that's gonna be the fight I'm championing for after this. My man Jahad Tucker coming off a great performance, a bit down on a gum shield, and really got busy his last fight against one of Xander Zayas' teammates or whatever you want to call him, Nicholas Flaws. That should be a decent fight. Tiger Johnson against Jonathan Montrell again, man. My man Greg Outlaw put this dude to sleep in like 1 round. Crazy work. Dante Benjamin, light heavyweight, another guy to be on the look for. Abdullah Mason versus Alex De Oliveira. I'm interested in that fight. This dude Oliveira got 20 wins, 3 losses or something like that. So I'm interested in that fight from Abdullah Mason. That's definitely a step up for him in competition because you know, it is what it is, right? 6 rounder, whatever. Tyler McCreary, I remember him, man. I remember he got beat by Frampton. Then he came back and lost another fight. He like 30 years old. I don't think it's too much, whatever. Then you got a fight going under the radar. Franchise Cruz against Savannah Marshall. I think that's going to be a real good fight. You know, Savannah Marshall coming off that loss against Clarissa Shields. She clearly lost that fight. Wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And Franchise Cruz, she get busy too. One thing about Franchon is she get tired late though. I'm not sure if Savannah got a gas tank. That's a tough fight. Early, I don't think Savannah's going to be doing what it takes to fuck with Franchon. But later on in that fight, if that's a 10 rounder, I say round 6, it should start getting real interesting. Around round 6, Ben Whitaker, another guy. He liked the UK golden child. You know what I mean? Olympian, all of that. I think he did medal for sure. Right? We got Luis Neri. Luis Neri on July 8th. My son Luis Neri always in tough fights, right? Ooh. I think we got an upset alert with this one. I for sure think we got an upset alert. I think Boston's that Fulton card, that's ESPN. I think that's an ESPN Plus card. That card gonna come on ESPN. But yeah, y'all see what I'm saying? Montez Stanionis versus Virgil Ortiz Jr. Upset alert. I'm telling you right now. You heard it on ASOP Boxing. Upset. I have Stanionis stopping Virgil Ortiz, man. I got Stanionis stopping. Not stopping him and asking him for a handshake. Not stopping him and asking him what color shoes do he like. Not stopping him and asking him directions to the venue. I got him stopping Virgil Ortiz in the boxing ring from a body punch. I'm telling you, man, this guy Stanionis he the one, bro. You know what? That's a lot. I ain't gonna say he the one. I'm gonna say he durable. I'm gonna say the things that make Virgil Ortiz good are the same things that make Montez Stanionis good. I'm gonna say he hasn't fought an opponent to the level of Montez Stanionis, and likewise, Stanionis hasn't fought an opponent to the level of Virgil Ortiz. Also, Stanionis has the better win in Butayev. I think the Butayev win is better than any win that Virgil got. I think in the Butayev fight, we saw that Stanionis not only could take a hell of a punch, but he could deal with a fighter that's fighting dirty as well and keep it smoking. Both of these guys, great jabs. Both of these guys, efficient to the body. I want to see what Virgil do when another motherfucker go into his body. Montez Stanionis is not going to trick us. He's not going to come out in this fight and start walking backwards. That's not his game. That's not what he get into. And at points in that fight, he's going to make Virgil fight off the back foot. I want to see what Virgil do when he got to fight off the back foot. I want to see what Virgil do when he not in stalk mode, right? People sit and say, well, Stanionis, when the last person he stopped. You right. But I also was in a room on Twitter with Stanionis when he said that, listen, my last 3-4 fights, I've been having hand issues. I'm just not turning no fights down. For sure. I respect it. I think Stanionis is going to get the job done. Another reason why I think he's going to get the job done because Virgil Ortiz been having issues with that weight. That rhabdo, whatever issue he got, I don't know what that stems from. I just know that it's just funny because he like the only boxer that's catching that. I don't know what they say is overtraining thing and pro whatever. Listen, I ain't no doctor. I never claimed to be one. I don't know how he keep getting it, but he the only fighter in the 21st century that's getting that injury. So whatever that means is whatever that means, right? And again, how does Virgil make the weight? Virgil a big dude, bro. Virgil not no small guy. How does Virgil make that weight? Does he have a clean weight cut? Does he rehydrate well? How is he cut? Again, at some point in that fight, Montez Stanionis is going to make Virgil Ortiz fight off his back foot. I've never seen Virgil do that. He's going to do it. Listen, he's going to do it for sure. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And I'm going to post my ticket. I'm putting, and I ain't even hedging that with nothing. I'm taking Montez Stanionis straight up stoppage. I believe that, bro. I believe that. My man Mike Blunt said, my guy, Jesus Pantinera Martinez. His dad told me in the gym that we both train out here in San Antonio that he thinks Stanionis is going to put Virgil to sleep. Hey, man, I'm telling you, your man might be on something, man. Your man, he might be on something, man. They've been in camp with both fighters in California. They said they believe Stanionis hit harder. Listen, man, I'm telling you. And I'm not shitting on Virgil. I think Virgil is a good fighter, but I think Virgil need to just go ahead, just like Jaime Munguia, just go ahead and move up, bro. Move up to 54. Move up to 54 where you're a little bit more comfortable at. This continuing to make 147 pounds when you got whatever issues that you having, the weight cut, whatever issues that this guy's having. And mind you, Stan Jonas ain't fought in longer than Virgil. He fought in April. I think Virgil fought when he fight Michael McKinson, was it May or June? July, maybe? But yeah, at the same time. hey, Gritty said,
This is a sick Negro.
hey, nah, I'm good, Gritty. Hey, he said Trooper Martinez not out there damn. All right. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. I got that. Listen, I got that feeling like I had when Caleb Plant. I told y'all Caleb Plant was going, you know what I mean? When I told him he was going to knock out Anthony Durrell, I told you, bro. Yo, who Caleb Plant be knocking out like that? Listen, man. And sometimes it ain't just the X's and O's, bro. Sometimes it's not just, oh, he does this in the ring. This guy, listen, man. Virgil, great fighter, strong as hell, bro. Strong as hell. But I've seen Stan Jonas in a war before against another prime fighter, bro. Butayev is a top 10 welterweight right now, for sure. No question. I don't think that's a question. If you disagree, go ahead and drop it down. Butayev is a top 10 welterweight, bro. I ain't seen Virgil in with no top 10 welterweights. I seen Montez Stanionis take punches, bro. And I seen that piston jab. The same thing. Listen, bro. These two guys is damn near a mirror of each other. These two guys is a mirror of it. They both fight out that high guard. They both got a nasty ass jab. They both dig to the body. They both walk forward. Now, do I think Virgil footwork might be a little bit better? Yeah. Virgil footwork better than Stan Jonas. But what Virgil look like going backwards? Tell me that. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. Don't forget, Stan Jonas is trained by Freddie Roach. So what that mean? That mean this ain't no fucking trick bag. That's not a trick bag. We know Freddie Roach do one thing. Freddie Roach is offensive minded. That's Stan Jonas' coach. It's not going to be one of them fights where Stan Jonas come in and you think he going to fight one way and then he give you a Karen Chukhazian or Jason Quigley performance. That motherfucker coming to fight, bro. He coming to fight. I want to see what Virgil do. What Virgil do when he been dehydrating himself, catching rhabdo, doing all this shit, and Stan Jonas start comboing to that Yachty, putting that Yachty work in. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Hey, what he say, man? It's going to be some stuff you're going to see. It's going to make it hard for you to smile in the future, man. I'm telling you, man. That shit is not no... All right. Sleep on my man Stan Jonas, man. I'm telling you. I'm going to eat that night, man. I'm going to eat that night. Vegas, I'm telling you, I'm going to have Vegas investigating me that night, man. I know something. I see something. I don't see... Look, and it's not what Mikey Garcia seen against Earl Smith. I don't see that. I see some real shit. I see the real thing, bro. Pause. Okay, so we got that fight. We got Boots and Villa the same night, which I'll be in Jersey for. Boots and Villa, we'll be in Jersey for. This another upset alert. Elvis Gomez versus Marquise Taylor. That's another one. It's both is 154 pounders. Marquise Taylor, another guy. You don't know his name. I seen him fight on some ShoBox cards a couple times. He like 14-1. I think he's 14-1-1, and he got one knockout. He don't fight like that though. This dude he a fight on the inside. He throw a shitload of punches. Elvis Gomez, I've seen him multiple times. I actually was Christmas 2021. That note card that Vito Melnicki headlined in Jersey. I seen him there. I watched the performance against Jorge Cota. Elvis Gomez is a wild guy, man. I think he's one of them guys that, and he older, right? You think he like 30 something already, Watch that fight, man. I'm telling you, Marquise Taylor gonna win that fight. Unless he get caught with some crazy shit by Gomez and get put to sleep, bro. I really, really, really think that Marquise Taylor is gonna win that fight with Yoelvis Gomez. Edwin De Los Santos, Joseph Adorno. I got De Los Santos, and I think that De Los Santos is gonna stop him too. I'm not gonna hold you. I think De Los Santos is gonna stop Adorno. He's gonna do what my son Elvis Rodriguez couldn't do. This one right here, another great fight. Nonito Donaire versus Alexandro Santiago. Who the fuck is Alexandro Santiago? Alexandro Santiago fought Gary Antonio Russell. He fought him on the Figueroa Fulton undercard, right? It was Figueroa Fulton. It was Rais Salim and Baez. And the opener was Alexandro Santiago and Gary Antonio. Gary Antonio. The first, I want to say 5 rounds or 10 rounder. The first like 4 or 5 rounds, Gary Antonio was putting work on Santiago. That motherfucker Santiago got a gas tank on him. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if Nonito Donaire could come back and put one together. We just seen him get brutally, not just, but he got brutally stopped against my son in the way. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. I like Santiago in that fight, man. I know I seem like I'm picking against the grain a little bit, but I like Santiago in that fight, man. I'm not sure. All of these guys come to an end, bro. Yeah, and that's a fact. Hey, June, that's a fact. I watched that fight on Showbox, and Marquise Taylor for sure got robbed. They gave him a draw on that fight against Paul Crawl, and he lost that fight. Paul Crawl lost that fight. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, going back down. All right, and then look, what else we got? July 15th. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Excuse me. I saw Frank Martin name under Nonito Donaire, and I was confused because I'm like, yo, I know that's Frank Martin's show. Okay, cool. I think my man Gritty gonna be in the building for that one too. You know what I mean? I think my man Gritty, you gonna be in the building for that one, right, Gritty? For that Frank card. I think you did say that, but I'm sure my man Gritty gonna be in there supporting the home team, man. One thing I ain't gonna lie, man, my man Gritty, man, if he fucks with you, he pulling up. That's my dog, my man Gritty. If he fucks with you, he's pulling up. I fucks with my man Gritty. You know what I mean? Okay, we got Frank Martin versus our team. Haryukin. Yo, his name is crazy, bro. Our team Harayunyan. Yo, whatever his name is, bro. They went to go find that motherfucker because I don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? They went to go find my boy. But yeah, I think, man, listen, and this is another conversation I was having with my dog Gritty, man. Frank got to show out. Frank gotta show out, man. Just the same way. I was like about the about the Adames performance. Adames was supposed to go in there and show out against J-Rock, right? As fans, as media, is certain fights that we want to see. I want to see Frank Martin versus Tank. I want to see Frank Martin versus Isaac Cruz. I want to see Frank Martin versus, obviously it's kind of far off, but the Shakur Stevensons, and eventually, hopefully, maybe Keyshawn, whatever, right? I want to see Frank Martin in these fights. These fighters have to take their platforms and make something out of it. The last time we seen Frank Martin, he cooked Michelle Rivera for 12 rounds. We need that Frank Martin plus a stoppage. This cannot be no tough ass fight for Frank Martin, bro. Like, I be feeling that. Granted, every fighter, and this guy he fighting, he not just a pushover. This guy was an Olympian. I think he might have medaled, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I don't think the dude no bum, but I don't think he on the level of Frank Martin. He don't got the notoriety and popularity that Frank Martin got. He don't got the traction that Frank Martin got. And if we want to see Frank Martin in more main events against Tank with people calling, Frank Martin got to do him something dirty, man. Talk to him, Gritty. I know you got the line, bro. Tell Frank he got to do this guy dirty, man. This can't be he got to do him dirty, bro. This can't be no close fight, speculative, none of that, bro. He gotta do him bad. That's the only way. That's the only way I got that. My man Mike said that boy got a Harry Potter name for sure. Now he got a Street Fighter name, bro. Name really Haryugen. That's crazy work. Whatever. And then so I didn't even realize Elvis Rodriguez and Postal on that card. That's gonna be a good fight too. Elvis Rodriguez is slow started, man. Postal, last time I seen Postal, I don't know if he fought since the Gary Antoine fight, but I don't think that he deserved that stoppage that they gave Gary Antoine in the 10th round. I think that was A-side work, not A-side boxing. I think that was A-side business of boxing work. You know what I'm saying? Getting that 10th that stoppage in the 10th round. But that's a solid ass card, bro. That's a solid card. And then on top of that being a solid, like think about this. We get Boots and Villa the same day we get Stanionis and Virgil. The direct next weekend, we get Frank Martin, Nonito Donaire, Elvis Rodriguez, Postal. That same day, we get Baumgartner and you know what? A lot of people are not going to be interested in that fight, but me, I am, because Christina Leonardo, whatever her name is, that's the only person that beat Alicia Baumgartner. And I watched that fight, and she beat Baumgartner because Baumgartner gassed out in the end. Do I think that Baumgartner may or may not still have gas tank issues? I think maybe, I don't know. That's the female fighter to bring it out of her. That right there. That's going to be a tough fight. Obviously, we know Hitchens and Love. That's X'd off the card. We do got Andy Cruz versus Juan Carlos Burgos in the 10-rounder. That's Andy Cruz pro debut, American debut. So I'm curious to see how Andy Cruz looking. Andy Cruz, amateur. You know, he beat Keyshawn for the gold medal in the Olympics. Andy Cruz is a slapper. He got a great amateur style, Cuban amateur style, but he slap his punches. You got to sit down. Now, I don't think that what's what I'm saying? I don't think Burgos punch hard enough for for Cruz to be in any real danger. But Cruz got to start turning them punches over, man. You talking this Keyshawn talk, you want to do this, you want to do that, turn them punches over. Make light work out of Juan Carlos Burgos. Remember, he fought Devin Haney. Devin Haney ain't stopping. He fought a lot of decent competition at lightweight. He's a very good, very capable journeyman. That's the type of journeyman I like at lightweight. A guy that's just not fucking going in there and laying down and going to sleep. Juan Carlos Burgos is going to give you a fight. Andy Cruz better come to fight. And that's the same day. The next week, right? You got on the 22nd, that's Saturday, you got Kambosos versus Maxie Hughes. George Kambosos' first fight back from the Devon. Maxie Hughes was a DAZN. Well, I seen him on DAZN. I don't know. I guess he's not a DAZN fighter anymore, whatever. But I seen him on DAZN. That should be a decent fight. But, you know, I'm looking for the Keyshawn Davis versus Francisco Patera fight. Keyshawn right now, I think he ranked top 10 now. He might be like number 9 or number 8 in the WBO rankings at 135. This fight, and Patera is ranked as well, but this fight is going to move him up. This fight is going to move Keyshawn up in them WBO rankings, and that's going to be important because Devin Haney still got a decision to make. You know what I'm saying? What I think Devin Haney's going to do, I personally think Devin Haney is going to hold on to Undisputed, fight a fight at 140, then maybe toy with the idea of coming back. But I think he's going to hold them belts hostage probably for the rest of the year, if you ask me. That's just my thought personally. You know what I mean? But that's a decent card. Well, at least, you know, Giovanni Santillan. Well, I'm not going to gas. You got Troy Izzy on that card. You got Jeremiah Milton. He a heavyweight, a little bit undersized, but I kind of like Milton. I know he like from Tulsa or something like that. Cool. So, but again, I'm looking at Keyshawn on that card. We know what Keyshawn do. We know Keyshawn don't play with his food. You know what I'm saying? That's no slight to Frank because I just got finished talking about Frank, but Keyshawn ain't shown that he's a guy that's going to play with his food. And so we know what he's gonna come to do. This is just progression for him. You know what I mean? Then what? 3 days later, man, we got the one, man. We got the one 3 days later. So you talking about Frank? He said, yeah, Frank, he conscious of that. You know, he got to step up. Yeah, you got to step on, bro. Leonard to do. Yeah, that too. I feel like I'm in Baltimore. Do whatever, right? You already know. Facts. My man. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said if Baumgartner wins convincingly, we got to look at Taylor and Serrano. Okay, as an opponent, you know what? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I think she probably smoked it. Which again, my only issue, Gusto, with Baumgartner is that gas tank, man. I wouldn't mind seeing her, bro. And Serrano, I don't know how cool he is. I would love to see that fight. I know Serrano was like a 20 a featherweight for real, but shit, it beats moving up to 35 to fight Katie Taylor, which I know she's gonna do. But shit, move up to 30 and fight Baumgartner. That's dope. That's dope. So yeah, I'm gonna be in Oklahoma for that one. Talking shit to Keyshawn. Yeah, hey, yeah, but that's what you that's how it's supposed to be, Gritty, right? He popped it, right? He compared himself. He put himself in them Frank Martin conversations. So why not? You definitely, you know what I mean? I mean, June said Keyshawn got to show out too. I would like to see him versus Muay Thai for a vacant strap. Well, June, Keyshawn is going to show out. You know what I'm saying? We know what bro do. I think he smokes Muay Thai. Listen, man. I think that's my personal opinion. I like Muay Thai. I just don't think I don't think he could beat Keyshawn Davis though. But again, that's why they fight the fights. I also didn't think that J-Rock, again, respectfully, my bad, J-Rock. Come on, J-Rock. Now, I mean, I didn't think J-Rock was going to perform like he did, but hey, this is why they fight the fights. I think Keyshawn will show up. And my man said, what? We don't talk, we do what we do. For sure. Shout out to Calvin Ford. Shout out to Coach Calvin, bro. You know what I mean? But back to the schedule, yeah. Fulton anyway. They've been disrespecting my son Fulton, man. That's another one we gotta really talk about. I gotta get some of these rice weight guys up here, no disrespect. I gotta get some of these smaller weight class guys up here, man. They really disrespected my boy Cool Boy, man. This in a way, what, 4th division? It's not guaranteed that power translate. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, in a way, I give him all respect, all praise. He has made top fighters. And a lot of his wins has aged well too. He's made top fighters in that 118 division look like they nothing. Some in the 115 division look like they nothing. I got respect for Inoue, but he never fought a Cool Boy, man. He never fought a Cool Boy. He never. Stephen Fulton is a complete fighter. Cool Boy, complete fighter. Complete fighter. That's all I'm gonna say. My man, Cool Boy, complete fighter. And that's going to be a tough-ass fight. I don't think Inoue going in and step on him. If Inoue go in there and step on him, he's the best fighter in the world. Hands down. Don't talk to me about Spencer Crawford. If Inoue go in here and step on Cool Boy Fulton, he's the best fighter in the world. That's just my opinion. I'm not going to lie to you. Robeisy. I want to see Robeisy. I think that'd be a good fight. This is probably the only card that I'm not really feeling like that. Now, this is a fight I want to see. Carlos Balderas versus Nair Albright. That's a fight that, I mean, I'm a hardcore boxing fan. Nair Albright, a fight out of Philly. He pretty decent. He pretty good, man. Carlos Balderas, he started off his career with PBC. He had got knocked out early, like probably, I forgot which fight that was. He got knocked out though. He then left his trainer. Now he on ESPN. He trained by Buddy McGirt now. I like Carlos Balderas. He got some defensive issues. Sometimes Carlos Balderas is one of them fighters. Sometimes he gets so in love with his offense that he starts taking pitches and then you can catch him. But that's a good fight. That's a good fight. And then we got the one. Spence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Is it going to be a fish fry or is motherfucker smoking on bud? You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all already know. I don't got to talk about that. Isaac Cruz versus Giovanni Cabrera. Cabrera's no slouch. And I don't want to say I'm excited for that fight, but I am a little bit because Isaac Cruz is a can crushing machine, bro. I bet you if you ask Isaac Cruz to pull his pocket out, it's going to be a bunch of nickels in that motherfucker. And that's what you get back for crushing cans? Nickels? That motherfucker got a pound of nickels in his pocket, bro. the can crushing God. Isak, the can crusher Cruz, man. I like that. Isak, the can crusher Cruz. I like that. We're gonna hold. Matter of fact, that's his new name. Triple C, man. Can crusher Cruz, man. You got Jesus Ramos versus Sergio Garcia. I like the fight, but I will say I'm sure that there was some fighters. I know for a fact that there were about 2 fighters that were undefeated and 1 fighter that we would have loved to see him in there with that turned him down. So that is what it is, man. Jesus Ramos, another guy at 154 that's on the up and up. Again, you get a prime pay-per-view spot. We just seen him as the co-main to Benavidez Plant or Plant Benavidez, whatever you want to call it. Jesus Ramos is definitely one of them guys that's on a come up at 154. July is a crazy ass month in the sport of boxing, man. July is a crazy month in the sport of boxing. Okay, Augusto said rice weights. Hey, that's what it is, bro. These fucking rice weights, man. He's light. I mean, Mike said, I hope Cruz loses. You know what I mean? If he listen, you better hope Cruz lose. You know who else better hope Cruz lose? Frank Martin. Frank Martin. If I'm Frank Martin, bro, I want him to lose too. Because now let's get him up out the way. Let's get him up out the way. I don't think Tank will fight him. If Tank can't get a Haney fight, what route do he go? If Tank can't get a Haney fight coming back, what route do he go? He goes the Isak Cruz route. If Isak Cruz loses to Giovanni Cabrera, I hope Tank don't go to Giovanni Cabrera route. Let's say that. But either way, I believe in Tank Davis. I believe in that team. They said they want nothing but smoke. They've been calling out 4 King this, 4 King that. Hey, you never know. Maybe that's why Teofimo Lopez retired. Maybe we could see him and Tank at a 137 catchweight. I would love that fight. I would love to see Teofimo Lopez versus Tank Davis, right? But it all starts with Isak Cruz losing, right? So let's hope Isak Cruz, you know what I mean? He's Triple C, Can Crusher Cruz. Let's hope my man Can Crusher Cruz take a L. And then that'll move Frank Martin up in the rankings, you know what I'm saying? Or that'll move Frank Martin up in the what? I wouldn't mind GK. I know GK don't stand for George Kambosos. Nah, I don't know. Don't JMMA. Tell me that's not what you mean. GK. Who is GK? Not Kambosos, right? You playing? Let me see. The of July 29th is going to be a treat for boxing fans. Back-to-back fire events. I'm not going to hold you. Listen, I'm probably going to take off from that Tuesday, that anyway fight, that anyway full fight. I'm taking, was it Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever that day is. I'm taking that day off all the way to the rest of the week. I'm not even going to work, man. We turning up, man. And I think we're gonna do something at Casa de Truth, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a nice event down here. I can't turn the camera around, but right now we in the basement. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna do something at Casa de Truth for the locals. You know what I mean? Whoever gonna be around. You know what I mean? For the Southern Maryland locals, DC guys, my guys that's around me. You know what I mean? We probably gonna do something at the Casa de Truth for that Spence Crawford fight that weekend. JMMA, I hope you wasn't talking about George Kambosos. I don't even know another fighter with GK versus Tank, but I hope that's one. I mean, plus Mike said, I'm with you, bro. Tank my favorite fighter, and I want to see him fight someone like himself, a slick southpaw with a beautiful foot. Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm naming them names, man. Like, you could look good against a certain type of fighter, but what about a fighter that fight in your style? These guys have sparred before. Actually, Frank Martin was interviewed directly after getting out the ring with Tank. He ain't look nervous. He ain't look scared. He ain't look rattled. He ain't look puzzled. You know what I'm saying? He want that work. And he want that work. They the same age. Like this, we ready. Frank, yeah, let's do it. I'm with it. I'm with it. Kambosos is food for Keyshawn, what I'm hearing. That's easy work though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to know what I'm not gonna say that's easy work. Kambosos got to win over Teofimo Lopez. A lot of people got Teofimo Lopez back in a top 10 right now. So hey, it's boxing. It's the sport. It is what it is. A man said, man, the sport of boxing need Cruz to take an L. No, yeah, no disrespect. No disrespect to Isak. I don't got a problem with him. Yo, listen, fighters do what they supposed to do. Again, Carlos Adames this past weekend. You think I'm mad at Carlos Adames because the ref stopped the fight? Bro, in there fighting, bro. He don't control the ref. You think, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, we need him to take an L. That's that. That's it. Listen, Cruz, you got to be a sacrificial. In order for the boxing fans to get what they want to get, you got to be the sacrificial lamb. Now, if Cruz would have went and fought Tank, came back for the Frank Martin, for the Edwin De Los Santos, for the Rayo, whoever, I'm not going to talk like this. But you fought Tank, got popular off losing because you fought a man with a broke hand. You got lucky that night. You fought a man with a broken hand in around the 4th, 5th round whenever Tank fucked his hand up. And then you just been riding that way. You fighting a bunch of 30-pounders and shit like that. Nah. You don't deserve a fight. You don't let Frank Martin get that fight. You know what I'm saying? JMMA, do I like that fight? Hell no, I don't like that fight. And for you liking that fight,
This is a sick Negro.
I don't know why you with George Kambosos versus Tank. No, sir, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good, bruv. I don't like that fight. Hell no. Former undisputed champion on a losing streak. He disrespectful. Former undisputed champion on a losing streak. Has Tank even? I don't think Tank fought nobody coming off a loss, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Now he fight as a particular type of fighter, but I don't think he fought nobody coming off no loss, though. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, it is what it is. I see where you're going with that, Jay. I don't like the fight, but I see where you're going. But George Kambosos does nothing for him. Nothing for him. I don't see Frank fighting Tank at all, honestly. Even if Cruz lose, that's the road Miniat won. What road? Tank or Frank Martin? I don't know, man. Like I said, I believe in Frank Martin abilities. I believe in Frank Martin team. He with Spence, you know, man down, Derrick James. He got one of the best teams in boxing. Let's be real. You know what I mean? Why not? Why not, man? 2 southpaws, get it on. Black fighters, very talented, a bunch of skills. Why not? Why not? Tank gonna retire without giving us a fighter that can fight like him? I was one of the few people telling you, rehydration clause or not, Ryan Garcia was going to sleep, man. I said, this fight is not going to be competitive, Tank and Ryan. This fight is a money grab. Get your dough, Tank. Get that dough. Get that baguito. Get the bread. Come with the bread. But at the same time, if you know boxing, you knew what that was. It was nothing that Ryan Garcia brought to the table except a left hand. Tank Davis is a master boxer. Master boxer. Great ring IQ, great footwork, extreme power. He does everything well. Get hit a little bit, but it's the fucking sport. He's an entertainer. That's what he does, man. Hey, you know, it is what it is, man. Jay, my man Jay MMA said, Frank Martin, that's a high risk, low reward at many odds. If fighters thought different, Frank would have been fought these top dogs. No, well, again, Frank Martin just really had, I guess you could call it his breakout performance against Michelle Rivera, who was the #1 guy in the WBA. Again, you know, these sanctioned bodies play rankings games. Frank was the #1 guy. Williams Zepeda beat Jaime Arabola, who got stopped by Chris Colbert at 130. They moved this guy up. Williams Zepeda beat him. Now all of a sudden, Williams Zepeda is the guy at the #1 guy in the WBA. Frank under him, whatever. This fight that Frank Martin fighting is a WBC eliminator. I don't understand that either because the #1 and 2 guy in the WBC is Shakur Stevenson #2, Lomachenko #1. So I don't see a route for a title in the WBC rankings for Frank Martin. So again, you know, they must be cooking up something. They must be cooking up some type of fight for Frank because again, like I said, I don't see him taking the WBC route. I don't understand why would they put Zepeda in front of. Really, they just jockeying for positions for belts right now. You know what I mean? So whatever, we'll see, man. Man, Frank, bro. Frank got to turn up, bro. Frank got to turn the up this weekend, man. But listen, let me see. That's my time, guys. Listen, I'm gonna get up out of here. I got an early morning tomorrow, so we're gonna call it quits now, man. Again, this was just a boxing recap. I only supposed to have been a recap, but y'all know how we do when we get on here, man. We say Jermaine disappointed me, miss a weight like that. Jermaine was gonna lose to Keyshawn Davis or lose to Shakur Stevenson or any one of them guys, man. I like Jermaine Ortiz. I think he's a cool guy, but at the same time, he's not that guy. He's not that guy. At the same time,
it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
Hey, J MMA said, dope stream. Hey, bro, I appreciate you. You said Scobie Thursday. What Thursday? This Thursday? Let me see, man. You know that's my guy. Hey, you know Kurt Scobie, that's my guy, man. That's my guy. Let me see. Kurt Scobie. Now I gotta look it up. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Kurt. Let me see. I gotta look, my man. Oh, I think he do. Oh, yeah. Yo, where's that? If anybody know where that fight being streamed at, send me that fight. Because I know Lou DiBella did like a 2-fight DAZN deal or something like that. I don't know if that's a part of that. But he's about to listen, my man. Okay, quick before I go. I know I just said I was going. Kurt, I probably don't even supposed to be saying this, but I don't care, right? When we found out that Kurt Scobie was supposed to fight Hank Lundy, I immediately DM'd Kurt Scobie. Hey, bro, what's going on? Why this guy? He hit me back. Hey, champ, I'm trying to fight guys. Nobody want to get in the ring with me. This is all they brung to me. Hey, this ain't the guy, Kurt. Look at the record. He been knocked out. You know what? He said he listen, whether true or not, he said, hey, listen, you know what? I'm gonna call Lou. I'm gonna talk to Lou about that. Kurt Scobie, bro, respectable guy, man. I fucks with Kurt Scobie the long way. That's a real guy, stand-up guy. I like his work, his work ethic, all of that. Kurt Scobie, he one of them, man. As he started to progress and start to get better as a 140 pounder, I think Kurt Scobie going to be a very difficult. He's going to be another one of those what they say low risk, high risk, low reward guys. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's it. I'm gonna leave off on that one. Hey, Boston, you say you're ready for that one? I don't know why. He's about to break Hank Lundy up in like a round and a half, probably a round. He's getting him out of here. You go look at Hank Lundy box. Matter of fact, I think Hank Lundy's still suspended by one. Hold up, man. You know, I ain't gonna chat with you. Man. Let me see. I ain't gonna chat with you. Hank Lundy box rec. Hank Lundy's 39 years old. Okay, nah, he not suspended. That was a lie. He 39 years old. Hank Lundy's 31 and 13. He's coming off he got knocked out in the first round by Ernesto Mercado. That was in April. April 15th, he got knocked out. Now you coming up against Kurt Scobie. So April, May, June, July, June. 2 months. All right, cool. Shenard Bunch, he took a loss to a UD loss. Alex Martin took a UD loss. Robbie Davis Jr., he got smoked in that fight. He got smoked against Robbie Davis Jr. Smoked him. Charles Zepeda, I think he won that Charles Zepeda fight back in 2021. That was Jose Zepeda's first fight after the Baranchek fight. I think he won that fight, but obviously A-side shenanigans. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna complain. My man gonna get the job done for sure. Yeah, Scobie, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad for Hank. But hey, man, it's my time, man. Hey, again, y'all know y'all rocking with me because
most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
And I appreciate y'all fucking with me, man. Words born. It's your boy Truth, man. It's the weekend recap. We is out of here.